You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies.
This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show.
We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show.
It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show.
What's up, Carrie Diaries fans? Thank you for watching our after show. We're back here doing another wrap-up show for the Carrie Diaries. This is Season 2, Episode 12. This is the time, and this is an extra special show because we have a special guest in. We have Chris Wood, Weaver on the show. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and my co-host, as usual.
Hey guys, I'm Annika Michelle.
Thanks for watching.
And...
Oh, and I'm Chris Wood, as she said.
I introduced him for second introduction, yes. Thanks for coming in.
I know, we're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here.
So you're new to LA, right?
I'm
you just
very new
moved
to
here.
LA.
How do you like it versus New York?
It's much warmer right now.
Much
which
warmer.
Is, yeah, all my friends are very jealous.
It's raining today, and I'm such a wimp, by the way, for those of you that aren't in LA right now. I feel like it's
You're all
freezing.
Bundled up. I'm here in the tank top and a skirt, and you're like, fur jacket.
You look so cute,
Thank
too.
you.
You're ready for prom.
I am.
Like
I have my, you all can't see, but I have like a tutu hot pink prom little thing on because it's the prom episode.
She does.
I do.
Hiding
That's
under
true.
the table. Well, it's exciting to have you. And not only is he very talented, he's also very handsome. But you also, not only have you been on the Carrie Diaries, but you were also in The Little Mermaid on Broadway, which I'm extremely impressed by.
Not the Broadway production.
Not the
Should be
Broadway.
said, not the
Off Broadway.
production.
Whatever.
It was
You
a regional
still.
production,
You
but
have to
yes,
be like
I
a
did
triple
it.
threat to do that. For sure, right?
You do.
Of sorts, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
humble. Did you have to roller skate for that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Prince
because
Eric, he's a walker.
that's good. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because you don't have a tail
He's not
for
he
that.
doesn't swim.
I was gonna say that because that would just be so complicated.
Oh,
I
agree.
feel like.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And all the other Broadway fans out there, I have to put this out there because I love the show. He was Joe Hannibal in Damn Yankees for like 2 years or 2 theaters.
Yeah, I did it at the Paper Mill Playhouse and in Fifth Avenue in Seattle.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal mode right here.
Yeah.
It's
It
crazy.
means a lot to you.
It does.
A lot of people it may not resonate.
People who love Broadway,
You know what?
who love theater.
That's you and that's me. So
Okay,
it's
done.
Great. We can enjoy it.
We got this.
Just
Theater's
us.
where you get good, is what I think.
True.
Acting.
Yeah, some people, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Some people.
But we're excited to have you on
Classic
because
training.
we've been
Thanks for
waiting
having me.
all season and finally, like, you've been in 6 episodes.
Yeah.
How has
I
it
did half
been?
the season. It's been great. It's so fun. It's it's the middle of the 80s. And we're here in 2014.
Yeah.
And it's nice to disappear into a different time. And it's so stylized and fun and different from the LA life that we live.
Yeah.
it's a
Oh, I'm
totally
sure.
unique world to sort of immerse ourselves in. So it's a blast. But
Do you have any funny or crazy stories from on set?
oh yeah, I mean in New York, my gosh, you experience all kinds of crazy things while you're shooting. Like, I mean, Anna Sophia and I'll be shooting a scene, and people will just be yelling things from windows.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Just ruining takes that we just have to keip
Kissing and kissing again.
Oh yeah,
it's a
there's
hard
that.
life. You know.
Yeah, there are harder jobs, I suppose. But we have to go back and record our audio over it because there's obscene words in the background
Yeah.
and street noises that don't exist in the 80s, and it's always a surprise.
That's
But,
fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Any word? I know they haven't like officially announced it, but ratings were going higher, and I've read a few articles that
Yeah.
technically, I mean, it's not official, but they said that one of the shows on CW that is coming back for a 3rd season is Carrie Diaries, and they're going to introduce another character from like the Sex and the City kind of characters.
Wow, you're more up in it than I am.
But-
I haven't heard that yet.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you knew anything. Like, did they tell you
I
you're
don't
coming
know
back?
anything to tell you. I can't tell you anything.
So you're waiting to hear if you're coming back too? Is that what you're telling us?
I think everyone on the show is
Still waiting.
is just waiting to hear if the show is going, and I think that everyone's crossing their fingers. And I know the network really likes it, and I know that the fan base. I mean, the fans are incredible, and it's such a passionate, young, online fan base that those numbers don't always resonate in terms of viewers, because kids now watch shows online the next day or on their DVRs, and it's the ratings don't really pick that up sometimes. So we'll see.
It's
what the
true.
CW does.
I always see the Carrie Diaries social media blowing up everywhere with pictures of the
Their
episodes.
Instagram.
And so many likes on them too.
Yeah.
So they do have a really powerful fan base.
For sure.
It's great.
We're all keeping our fingers crossed. We hope that you guys come back.
Yeah, me
'Cause
too.
We like the show,
Me
and we
too.
hope that you come back, obviously, 3rd season as well, on the show, because you're great. I like your character, actually. I'm going to be honest.
That's good.
Me too. And in this episode, it's all about prom, and
Yeah.
you just show up at the prom.
What is Weaver doing there?
Yeah, what is he doing?
At this
Why is he
hotel.
He just is randomly there. But this is a hotel where there's all sorts of things going on.
People.
There's
Yeah.
weddings and all
Yeah.
sorts of things happening. So it's not that weird, but
No.
it is kind of like, what are the chances? Is it fate?
Yeah. But I have to say, the way you ran into Carrie and the way you carried yourself, not many exes would do the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, the
Yeah.
way your character...
Well, Weaver's he's a sensitive, emotional centered guy, and very obviously he feels horrible, and
Yeah.
what he did wasn't the nicest.
No.
Sort of halfway embarrassing her in front of the entire city
No.
on page 6. But fortunately, he didn't name her, so I guess he didn't completely ruin her life.
Yeah.
But I think that meeting, it was important, I think, for the writers too, to if he's going to be introduced into the story, for him to sort of.
I don't think
Be
it's that bad
forgiven.
because he didn't say her name. Like, I don't think he did that bad of a thing, and he's forgivable.
Right. Because
Because
strangers
he
don't
came
know.
and apologized.
Yeah.
I'm severely biased, so
Of course you are. You're like, I think I should, as the character.
she should totally forgive him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Come on.
But you guys were cute together.
Sebastian's moving, maybe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows
That's
who's moving
suspension.
in?
Yeah, that's true. You
I'm
never
just
know.
saying.
One more episode to go.
Yeah.
And I
Season 2.
agree with what Weaver was saying to Carrie when he saw her in this episode about the go for the job thing.
Yes.
I was very pro go for the job.
Well, she got
in
her
this
dream job out of
episode.
high school.
Yes.
People don't. I mean, she's not even out of high school yet, but
Yeah.
she's there.
Yeah.
People don't get that opportunity.
And
my
Sebastian
gosh.
wonders how her mind changed.
Yeah.
I know,
Little
right?
does
The
he
ex-boyfriend
know.
at prom.
Of course, the ex-boyfriend is the one that made it click for her.
I was kind of hoping though when you found out, or like Weaver found out that she has a boyfriend or whatever, but he's not at the prom. I was like kind of hoping you'd make your move like, well, I can do that dance with you. Let me show you a dance.
I think his
But he's like older, isn't that weird? If he's like going
He is
into the
older.
prom and
But he,
he's
like,
like
likes
in his
Carrie.
mid-20s. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I just
he
feel like
wanted
I
to be
would feel
careful.
creepy now going into a prom after high school.
That would be a little weird.
Well, and he's a famous playwright, so
That's true.
Yes. So news would be everywhere.
all over the place.
Did you go to your prom?
I did. And we had 3 high schools where
You
I grew
had
up.
3 high schools?
Yeah.
You didn't go to 3. You went to 1.
I went
In
to
Ohio,
a lot of
right?
proms because I had in Ohio, in
Oh.
Dublin, Ohio. I had a lot of friends at different
Popular
schools.
man.
No, I just had friends that needed dates, and I like to dance.
Aw.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Were you prom king or prom prince or?
It was a prom prince. Wow.
You
No,
know prom prince.
Really?
Yeah, it's like king is a senior, and then prince is like freshman,
Prince
junior,
Eric,
sophomore.
Prince
Yeah,
Prom.
it goes.
I was
together.
probably like the prom jester. If there,
Oh my
there was
God.
a
Yes.
title that I was gonna win, it
That's
was that.
the fun one though.
For most original dancing.
What was that? That's great. What kind of dancing did you do?
I don't know. I
met
made the
on
shopping
the
cart.
dance. Yeah.
So
You gotta do
ridiculous
that.
dance moves. Were there ridiculous outfits included?
Yeah, I wore. There was one year I did. Do you know the movie Footloose?
yes.
We did the musical, and
Oh
I
my
played the
God.
Kevin Bacon part, and so I wore white Converse and like a pink cummerbund with like glitter all over it.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no, we had some
Full on
interesting-
dressed up.
Oh yeah.
That's
Fabulous.
Well, when
I
you're
love
going
it.
to like 2 or 3 a year, you kind of try to.
change it up a bit.
Yeah, mix
so
it
your
up.
pictures
You have
aren't all the
to.
same.
It gets boring when it's just a black tux.
No.
All the time,
Of course, gotta
Oh, yeah.
play it up.
Yeah.
Add some color in there.
Add some
yeah.
pizzazz.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I also wore this exact
Did
outfit
you?
to a couple proms.
I love it. You guys, he wore
Matching.
a tutu.
Yep, I sure
Where
did.
were you
worn
like
it
years
tonight.
ago? We could have been matching.
I knew you were gonna wear that.
I didn't go
so
to my prom.
You didn't go to your prom?
No.
Why not?
I got asked. Sorry if you're listening out there. But I
Poor
didn't
guy.
go.
Well, if they're still listening, I'm sorry.
I didn't go. Well, like honestly, most of my friends were like, "Let's ditch the prom. Like this sucks." I don't know. So I was like, "Whatever. We're gonna ditch together." And then we just kind of, looking back,
Did
I
more
wish I
fun
did.
things?
Yeah, exactly.
See, the dances, they were always fun, but there's, as Carrie experienced, sometimes
Yeah.
there's, the prom is not,
Awkwardness.
it's not the perfect night.
No,
And that's okay. It's okay if your prom is not perfect.
it's true. Don't let it ruin your
Don't
life.
I don't
let it
think
ruin your
most people's are.
No, they're supposed to be a little,
They're hyped up. It's like
Horrible.
New Year's.
it is
It's like New Year's.
Or like Valentine's Day.
almost guaranteed disappointment.
Do you have a Valentine's
No,
this
I
year?
don't. I don't have Valentine's disappointments. I'm fine. But
Okay, good.
That's so funny.
Oh.
They had the Valentine's episode for
I
the
know, they
Carrie
had it
Diaries
really early.
already.
yeah.
It's already prom in Carrie
Were
Diaries
you
world. They're ahead of
bummed
us.
that you didn't get to spend it with Carrie? I mean, on the
Well,
show, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously Weaver's very disappointed to not be in Carrie's life. He's
Yeah.
just at home crying and writing his plays.
Aw.
Yeah, he's a sad guy.
I really want you to come back season 3. I really do, because
Me
I feel
too.
like you add, like, you do, I mean, she has Sebastian right now, which he's great and amazing. But I feel like, she sometimes needs, like, a distraction.
Yeah.
And, like, someone kind of older and who's, wiser. And Sebastian's kind of like the bad boy.
He's a nice contrast
Yeah.
to Sebastian. Just his energy is so different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
And I like what it does. I like how Carrie is when she's around you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
when Carrie goes after the New York boys because
Yeah.
it makes it like Sex in the City. It's like, ooh, she's turning into that character.
Yeah.
Well, and that was part of. I think that was part of Weaver's role in the third season was to help be that first New York relationship for her, and it's sort of bringing her
in.
into the city more and out of Connecticut.
And we know that she's going to become a writer, and that's
Yeah.
her first big influence to become a writer. I
Yeah.
mean, she like talks about it before, but
Yeah.
he's the one that really like puts it in her mind, like what she has to do to make her dreams come true.
Yeah,
And she lost her virginity with you.
she did that.
It's a
She
big
did
move.
that. Yeah.
Is it awkward shooting sex scenes?
It's the just the mechanics of it is really interesting because there's a crew of
People.
30 guys and women just standing around with microphones and cameras like, okay, go, okay, do it again.
Yeah.
But it
It's
just
so
kind of
awkward.
becomes it's weird, but
I had to do it in an audition, and I
Oh, that's kinda
wasn't.
weird.
I didn't know that I was gonna have to do it, and it was
Wow.
totally off guard, and I didn't get far enough on. I got cut, so I don't
my
know what it
gosh.
would be like, but I'm sure I'd be pretty awkward at it considering that
weird.
audition.
Like
Yeah.
you said, everyone's watching and lights and cameras
Yeah.
like move this
And they're
angle
telling you
and,
like tilt your head this way,
yeah, it's a little. I mean,
kind of robotic.
it's a bit. Yeah, it is. It's different. It's definitely different. You have to kind of tune the world out around you, just like every other scene.
Yeah.
But it's different when it's intimate like that. Yeah.
What made you first get into acting?
Oh gosh. She's gonna love me for saying this. My older sister,
Aw.
did a production of Annie when I was a kid, and I went and saw it, and I was like, I want to do that. And so I at like age 6, I started
That's
doing
really cute.
That is really cute, actually.
theater. Yeah. I was-
Inspired by your older sister.
She must
I
be
was.
so proud now, and you're on TV,
She is, yeah,
and
she
she's
is.
like, "That's all me."
She would say
inspired.
that. She would say that. I'm giving her credit. There you go, Libby. It's all you.
Good job, Libby.
But yeah, so it started really early for me. It was just sort of an addiction.
And you just started taking classes and
Yeah,
watching
I
movies.
just. Oh
things
my
like
gosh,
that,
yeah.
everything.
Film was like it started with theater stuff, but I was an addict with Star Wars, and I'd watch Hook like 3 times a week as a kid. I just I loved movies. I loved playing make believe in the backyard, and like most kids.
Yeah.
But I just continued doing that
do
as
it.
I got older.
And you're now getting paid for it.
I get paid
so-
to play
ma-
pretend now.
it's
to lie to
amazing.
people.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I lie
How much fun
professionally.
is that?
It's great. It's great.
It's
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's what I always wanted to do, and I feel so lucky to get to actually do it. So.
Do you feel like you have different personalities? Like, oh, well,
Yeah.
Weaver does this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then,
Oh yeah.
Chris would say this.
I try to leave the serial killer personalities away
Out
from
of
my
it.
real
Away
life.
from their personal life.
Yeah, just keep that in the camera.
Yeah.
That's probably a really good idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Safer.
I think so. Don't research that role fully.
Okay. Yeah, just, you know,
No
just go in
method
there and go.
acting.
Yeah.
Not for that.
Oh my gosh. So like when you found out you were going to be in the Carrie Diaries, like that's an amazing role that you have, and Weaver's such a fun character. But is there a dream show or like character or actor, I guess, that you would just die if you got to work with?
Those are three great questions.
Three different
One.
questions
very
like into one.
I can answer them all.
Okay.
Dream job.
Dream job. My
acting
my
role?
absolute favorite show on
Okay.
TV right now is besides the Carrie Diaries.
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
My favorite show is Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So I'd love to wield this sword and fight warlocks or whoever comes up. I don't know. I haven't read the books yet. I'm like halfway through the book, so I don't know what happens coming up.
I
the show,
haven't read
but-
it either, so I can't tell you.
it's
Well, you'll
super-
have to, so you can be a character.
I'll have to find the
and,
character
you
and
know.
like make it happen, because that's how this works, right?
If you guys are listening out there, casting directors, he wants to be on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He's ready.
That's how you're gonna do it. You'll just show up to the
That's
audition.
it.
Bam! I'm
With
this
a sword.
character.
Yeah, I'll bring the
Here
sword.
I
They'll
am.
either kick you out or they'll cast you. It can go one or two ways.
Well, they don't kick people with swords out. I hear.
okay.
You kind of just do whatever you want.
Okay, because you have a sword. They're scared
So,
of
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Game of Thrones, that's my favorite show.
That's
right now.
awesome. Any actor that you would just like die if you worked with?
I mean,
And by die, I mean like live, but you would just be like crazy inside.
I would die through living.
Yes.
I worship
excitement.
Yes, through excitement. Obviously, I worship Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, okay.
I watch his work all the time, and obviously, Tom Hanks and
Yeah.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is terrific, and then older actors too. I watch a lot of Marlon Brando and
Yes, Marlon Brando.
yeah. And
That's
then there's
awesome.
Meryl Streep and all. There's so
so many,
many
you
people
can't
that
just pick
I
one.
would just die to work with.
Well, if you guys are listening,
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis watches a lot of AfterBuzz TV.
you never
I bet.
know. You never know.
You never
bet he
know.
He could be watching you live right now and trying to contact
Well,
The
public.
Carrie
That's right.
Diaries and
That's right.
AfterBuzz TV might be his favorite shows.
It might
you
be.
never know.
While he builds his
His guilty
furniture in his
pleasure.
cabin.
You know?
Yeah.
You never know. Oh my gosh. But I like this episode.
Me too. It was like reliving prom 80s style, love it.
And oh my god, I always want to call them by their real names, but I can't do that. Bennett, Walt comes out to his family.
Yeah.
He comes out to his family, and he also sees Bennett in this episode
does.
at prom, and he kind of just smooths everything over in this episode. He's very upset in the beginning, and he kind of attacks Carrie for being upset for her like petty problems.
Yes.
They seem petty compared to his, but of
Right.
course to her they seem
Like
horrible.
life issues.
Yeah. And he comes to his parents and just says, "Put down your papers. I'm gay. I can be who I want. Deal with it. Like, I've tried to live your way, but I'm my own person." And that's it,
They didn't seem
basically.
too shocked.
Yeah. And I think that's what he needed to do.
Yeah, good for him too.
You have
Especially
to have
in that
balls
era.
to do that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a tough conversation to have with your parents in general, and in that era especially.
Yeah.
And they're super conservative.
So conservative. And it's not accepted as much as it is today, like we said. So
Mm-hmm.
and I even liked how his dad went and gave him his legacy, like his ring from that university he went to. He's like, "You're my legacy now."
And he agreed with him and said, "You don't have to go to that school.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
proud of you
Yeah.
for
That
who
was
you
very
are."
sweet.
So he's
wish-
not on the streets anymore.
No, he can stay. He doesn't have to leave. Carrie, on the other hand, is getting
She-
cut off by his
She
dad.
might be on the streets if she makes the wrong choice.
This plot line hit close to home when
Oh
I was
no.
going to junior college and working my dream internship at Chelsea lately, and then I called up my mom and told her I was dropping out of college because I had a job at my favorite TV show, and it went over just about the same as it did with Carrie and her dad.
And she's like, "You're done."
Yeah. But I mean, it really doesn't matter a few years later. Like, if you're going to school and you're trying to get a job,
Yeah.
like, especially nowadays, there aren't that many jobs out there. Like, take
Even
the
with a
job, you
degree,
can go
let
to
me
school
tell you.
later. A lot of my friends that, like, have gone to school, they're just in debt now looking for jobs, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Well, and
sad.
there's a something deep down for Carrie and
A
for
passion.
for anyone. And you obviously experience it too, where you know when something is right. And a lot of times, a lot of people, school is right. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
that's where they have to go. That's the step they have to take. But if
Yeah, if she was becoming a doctor or a lawyer
Yeah.
or something else,
Yeah.
then of course she would have to go. But
As Weaver says,
we
she
know
needs
she's
life
gonna talk about
experience.
sex.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Life experience on the streets of New York. That makes it sound so slutty.
It does. It sounds horrible.
Sex in the City.
But I don't think she'll ever obviously, she's watched Sex in the City like avidly, and so has our other host.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay, so the show is sort of...
Yes. So it's I'm oh yeah, she'll be with Sebastian, and they're that's not gonna happen because they know what's gonna happen, and I have no idea.
That's a great contrast.
So
yeah.
I think
still
I like it as hosts, though, that there's someone that hasn't seen Sex in
Yeah.
the City
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're totally different shows. The way they're done, I mean, HBO versus CW, totally
Right.
different vibes
Yeah.
and audiences.
I just
Yeah.
like to live in my imagination that they're gonna get together, and
That's
you're
good.
gonna come back, and you're gonna intervene a few more times.
Wait, so she ends up with Sebastian
Perfect world.
It's all
In a
right.
perfect world.
It's all
I
right.
think that but I think you need to come back and intervene a few more times
Right.
because you can teach her some life lessons.
She's got some maturing to do.
Yes.
Yeah, and Weaver can be a part of that.
and
Sure.
Sebastian
goes
is
to
go
California.
so she needs someone to
Back
keep
with
her
Weaver,
company.
Sebastian moves back, and just keeps going back and forth.
I just need you to be there to help with this triangle of her confusion.
Okay.
Writers, if you're listening, that was a tip for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they love that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Right?
No, they love it. New storylines. New storylines.
As someone who hasn't seen Sex in the City really and watched it religiously like she has with the movies and stuff, so I'm
Love that show.
oh my gosh, she's gonna end up, and they're like, no, she's gonna be this. I'm like, no, she's gonna be here and it's gonna be great, and they're like, you don't even know.
It's probably funny too because there's little things that are Sex in the City references where she'll just see a pair of fabulous shoes that Larissa has, and
Yeah.
later that she's gonna have those shoes in her closet and things like that no one else would recognize. But since I'm a super fan, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
the designer flats that she's gonna get,
she knows it.
It's stupid.
A
Stupid.
super fan. Really.
I just watch a lot of TV. Actually, I watch way too much of every show.
Oh my gosh,
It's a problem.
That's not a problem.
Why I'm here at AfterBuzz.
it's
I get to talk
entertaining.
about
There
it.
you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of shows.
But I have to say, at the end, it was really sweet when she was telling Sebastian that she needs him, and he was like, I'm right here, and comforting her. But he was going to tell her that he's moving to California
I
at that
think he
moment.
needs to move to California. I think if she's going after her thing, he needs to do that too. What do you guys think?
What if they're soulmates, though?
See? He's on my team right now.
I don't know whose team I'm on.
I'm like, work first. They're 17.
yeah,
18.
you know what
I
happens
don't
in the
know.
next episode, right?
I
in
do.
the finale? Okay,
do,
see, I
yeah.
don't know, and obviously I don't think Danica knows.
No, I don't.
But-
I'm excited to find out.
I'm excited to find out too, but I know that Sebastian will be in this episode, obviously, but will he be in it via Skype in LA, or will he be in it actually in it?
Well,
Him dramatically leaving. Bye.
based on the publicity shots that were released by the CW, I'm not giving any spoilers away, but both Sebastian and Weaver are around in the last episode, so
I like it.
it's a nice little teaser for episode 13.
Wait, is that the season finale?
That's the season finale.
That is it.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be
Cliffhanger.
spicier than usual.
It might be.
If
Might
you
be,
two
we'll
are
see.
around and you guys know of each other's existence.
I don't know if that happens.
Oh.
We'll have to see.
Okay. We'll have to tune in and
Well,
see.
Weaver knows about his experience, that he's still dating her, right?
Well, because he read the journal and
And
yeah,
she
and
said,
said
she
she's
just
back with
said,
him.
yeah.
yeah.
But he wasn't at the prom because he got
And y'all-
expelled.
Yeah, no, he wasn't there. Still think you should have cut in, but it's okay. I'll forgive you
yeah.
this time.
Well, and there was actually a part of the scene that was cut because the episode actually was it's a terrific episode, but the script was it was too long for the time constraint for the show.
What did they
so
cut out?
The scene originally explained why Weaver was there. He was having drinks with his agent, so he had to go back.
You said something like that when you were leaving.
Yeah.
You're like, I have to go find my manager or
Yeah,
something.
there was a little bit more explanation of
As to why you were
he
just
was there and why he had to go. So
randomly
if
at
he
the
was
hotel.
just at the hotel stalking Carrie, first of all,
Yeah.
she definitely
It
shouldn't
was
speak
kind
to
of
him.
weird that he was just there.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have left that
I mean,
in.
I feel like it's New York, and
Yeah, you run into
you run
people.
into people all the time.
Yeah.
It's actually shocking. I mean, when I lived in New York, the people that you run into on the corner of, 5th and 49th,
Yeah.
what are the chances in this massive city that my college roommate and I run into each other on the street.
Yeah.
It's just it's funny sometimes. So it happens.
You never know.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But
It could be real.
How did you like living in New York? I've always thought
I love New York.
maybe I'd give it a try out there.
That's what we were just talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
It's true.
Says the old song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard place to live.
It's a busy place to live.
Yeah.
To say the least. Yeah. Yeah. It's hustle and bustle. But I mean, here you sit in your little car and in your pod by yourself
pod.
for hours a day.
Yes,
in your
yeah.
little bubble,
Pod.
sitting in
Alone
traffic on
time
the way
in
here.
traffic.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
And over there, I feel like there's more chances to meet people because you're constantly on the subway, you're in a taxi,
Because you're not in your little pod.
by yourself.
Although I guess the iPhone now
Yeah.
with headphones sort of turns you into
A bubble.
a shell of a
yeah.
human.
I feel that's like the way to like don't talk to me. Like even at the gym when people have their headphones on,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, "Excuse me, how many more sets?" And they're like, "Hello, I have my headphones."
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, "I'm not trying to strap up. Like I just want to know."
We-
Are you done
we
with
all
that?
do that.
Purpose
We all
in
do
New
that.
York. I'm like, I don't want certain people to talk to me in New York.
You're like
Gotta put
headphones are
these
on. Yeah.
You know
on
when
the
you're
subway.
walking by someone, and we've all done this at some point, I'm sure. When you walk by someone and it's for whatever reason you don't want to have a conversation,
Yep.
so you don't see them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You kind of just you keep your focus off to the side.
You
or
see
like,
them in
"What's
the
up?"
peripheral.
Yeah.
You're like,
just
if they don't
kinda-
stop me, I'm gonna just keep going.
Oh yeah. You look down at your phone or like check out like something
Yeah.
you have to look at. Or think intensely.
Have your headphones on, search through your purse. You know,
No
all
time
that.
for people at all
No.
right now.
Classic New Yorker
Oh,
trips.
Yeah.
I love all the stuff that he does. Everybody out there in New York, if you want to avoid some people, he's got the tips
Pretend
for
you're on
you.
the phone.
Or if they
done
see
that,
me doing
though.
it, they know that I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid them. That's
Now your secret's out.
sound horrible now.
No.
We all do it, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
It's true. We do.
That's true.
I did it a few hours ago.
Oops.
Oopsie.
happens.
It does.
Not a big problem.
No, it's fine. And if they don't say anything, then maybe they're doing the same thing too.
That's true.
So
They probably are.
they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think, Annika, that she should take the job at interview over going to school? I
Yeah.
forgot to ask you.
Oh.
Do you agree?
Yes, I do. I think she should take
Okay.
it.
So we all think that she should. Obviously, she's going to.
Because I mean, she's gonna go to school like you said, and then she's gonna graduate. And even Larissa showed her a stack of all the resumes from people who graduated from the schools, like the top schools, and they're trying out for the same job as her, and she just got it.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes, she could choose to stay for the job, and sometimes, if the relationship is supposed to be happening,
Yeah.
the relationship sort of finds a way to work with what you have to do for your passion. But sometimes it's the other way around, and you have to sort of bend.
The rules.
Yeah, and to keep the relationship as the centerpiece. But she's so young, and she
is young.
She has a lot to experience, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
No.
What
if
do
they
you
pull
think she's
apart.
going to do? Do you think she's going to start living with Larissa to save money for rent? I mean, you probably
I know what
can't
happened, so I can't say
answer.
anything.
What do you think? It's probably going to be weird for you to listen to what...
You mean
Like, what do you think she's going to...
end up living?
Yeah, I wanna know what you guys think is gonna happen.
Yeah, because we think she's going to take the job. Do you think she's going to, like, live with Larissa to be able to pay for rent? Do you think her dad's going to be, like, okay with it and, like, give her some money?
Should we do this in predictions?
I mean, we're just hopping all over. We
there
can just
it
go
is.
to it, I guess, now.
Now, your
As we
AFTERBUZZ
were going to
TV
it.
predictions.
That works.
Okay, so I think her dad's gonna come around, but maybe not, because even I always want to call him Austin, and I always do, but I mean Sebastian. Even he was saying like, your dad's a nice guy, he'll come around, he'll change, because I can't see him, like that's his oldest kid, and she lost her mom, and I can't see him being that cold, like towards her, like you're not gonna get any money. Like I don't see that happening. I feel like he'll come around and be like, here's some money. I don't know if maybe she'll accept it, and then I think. I don't know if Austin Sebastian will go to.
It's all right. I call him Austin.
I do it
too.
all the time.
I do it all
Like,
the time.
The show literally, I probably called him Austin way more than Sebastian. But anyways, I think
His beauty distracts you. That's all it
exactly.
is.
You know, you can't blame me.
It does. That's
I
true.
don't. Not at all.
And so I think she's. I don't know if he's gonna go this next episode. I think he's gonna be in New York still. I don't think it's gonna be via Skype in LA. I think he's gonna still be in New York because she said he needs her. She needs him, And I think he's going to be there for her at least one more episode. We'll find out what happens next season. Maybe the cliffhanger will be him, like, getting on the plane and she has to, like, run and save him. Like, don't get on.
And then Weaver's, like, right there. And
Weaver's like, I'm right here. I'll look out for you.
Weaver's
You're right
flying
there.
the plane. Turns around.
I'll take you back. Hold on.
Hey, guys.
Me too.
I just happen to be here, too. Just like at your prom.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask you guys a question?
Yes, of course.
Now, so you think Carrie should follow her dreams, but should Sebastian be going to California?
I think so.
You think so?
I think that he should, because I think he has a good idea. I mean, of course, we know that like turns into something later, like Tony Hawk's gonna be huge in skateboarding and stuff, but he just seems like a California guy. He seems really passionate about it, and he needs a passion besides Carrie, and besides just like hanging out, you know, with his fancy car and stuff.
Right.
I think he needs something that he like wants to do with his life, because he's kind of, you know, he's a troublemaker kid more. He's not like a brilliant student that's gonna like go off to some college that's like really fancy. I mean, he could go to college, but you know, probably try to figure out what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Instead
So
of
why
hating
not?
his dad and sleeping with older women, he
Exactly.
can
Yeah.
pursue a
He
passion.
did. He did sleep with a few older women.
Yeah.
I mean,
Supermodel older
yeah.
women, yeah.
I think their relationship is adorable, but I also think that they're very young and it's already been a rocky relationship already. And I don't think
They're a bit
it
like
was-
a bickering married couple sometimes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also at that age, when you graduate from high school, you know how many people go through breakups? Like
A lot.
when you go to college, like that's the time when you usually break up. And once you go off and figure out who you are, if you are meant to be, you can get back together later on.
Their
Some
high
people
school
do
sweethearts
that.
don't last.
Never too late.
It's true.
Never too late.
You can always chase after that person that got away, see if you can still get
My
them.
sister actually, it comes up again. Look at this. She's getting married in 2 months
Oh,
to
that's so sweet.
her high school sweetheart.
Did they
were
break
apart
up,
for
or-
like 8 years and they got
Oh
back
my
together.
gosh,
Yeah.
that's so
really-
random.
It happens.
It does
happens.
It
happen.
happens.
Don't give
Yeah.
up hope, guys.
Do you
Yeah.
think he should?
Go back to LA. I mean, I think he will. I think you're right. I think he needs to pursue his dream. She's doing hers. Like she can't be selfish and keep him there because of her. That's not fair to him. That's not fair in any relationship. Like I feel like
And she's not going to go out there.
no, she's not going after this job. She's staying there. But I think he's gonna go regardless of what I want him to do or not. But I think, yeah, he should go, honestly, because he needs to. I just want them to be together, though. Like, you know what's gonna happen. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know like that she's not gonna end up with him. Well, I do know. 'cause
I
he
mean,
said
I
it a million
know.
times, but
I know how she is when she's like later
Yeah.
on, not like in the next decade at all.
Right.
So, still a little mystery.
what do you want him to do?
Sebastian?
Yeah,
I'm all for pursuing the passion.
yeah.
If you've got it,
You should go for
you're
it.
lucky enough to have something that you care that much about. That's the way I think
It's
of it.
very true.
Yeah.
Follow it.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
you're doing
stop.
your passion, right?
Yeah, when a lot of times you can't help it, you know? And
Of
if
course.
you can't
Go
help
for
but
it.
go, go for it.
And if the person you're with doesn't support it, then they gotta go. Just saying.
That's true.
Or sometimes it just it
just
can
doesn't work
naturally affect the relationship
Yeah.
if you're not seeing eye to eye on
On like a certain issue like
Yeah.
that. Well, that's a big thing though. It's not just like, hey, you bought the wrong milk or something.
yeah.
You know, like
it's what you have to
to do,
or-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. It's definitely different.
Well, should we get into some news and gossip? And by that, I mean seeing if you have any for us.
News and gossip. Oh gosh,
AfterBuzz TV News.
listen to that.
So usually at the end of our shows, we'll talk about news or gossip, you know, if there's some news or gossip about, you know, Austin and Vanessa or whatever. Have you heard anything or have any inside details about the cast that we need to know
even
about?
inside details about
Or
yourself.
about
is fine.
yourself.
It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
Oh my gosh.
Fun facts even. News and
facts?
gossip about yourself. Yeah, I like
gosh.
that.
This is a hard
You're
question.
on the hot seat right now.
Really though. Tell us secret things about your friends.
Or even yourself. You don't have to.
You know
don't
what?
have to wrap them out.
I checked out your Twitter and
Yeah.
you love Chipotle.
I love Chipotle.
I love
So
Chipotle
good.
too.
That's gossip.
That's gossip.
It's,
Yeah.
it's my life.
Chipotle
a little bit.
fan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I crave
Juicy
it.
gossip right here.
Yeah, really.
At AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah, Chris Wood had Chipotle 3 times this week.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So good though.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
It's delish.
If I'm out and I'm running errands and I'm time to go home, that's where I go.
I don't blame you. It's
No, I don't
delicious.
It's like kind of like homemade. I mean,
yeah,
you know, it's,
and it
close,
feels
it's
like
healthier.
home.
Kind of homemade.
I mean, like, you know, I'm not.
Fancy fast food.
Yeah. Exactly.
Love it.
I don't know if I have any good gossip for you.
Nothing.
I'm not much of a gossiper, unfortunately.
It's okay.
All right. Well, thank you for watching our show, everyone, and our interview. Where can they find you guys online?
Oh gosh, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. It's Christopher Wood with no E, so crunch the PHR. It's very confusing. Christopher Wood.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Annika_Michelle and Instagram AnnikaMichelle1.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Danica Kennedy, and all of us at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. We do like
From
a buzz
executive
lead.
producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.